Good day, YouTubers. Thanks for joining me again. This is video 11 in my series of a review of Ontario Northland models that have been manufactured in HO. And I'm taking a look at the remaining products produced by Roundhouse. I took a look at the boxcars in the last video, and this video will look at everything else. So I want to start with these little ore hoppers. So these seem to be quite a popular kit. You see a lot of them around, and this sample here I happened to find built up in my local hobby shop. Someone's gone through the care of painting the metal underframe black. The paint treatment on this is a hair on the glossy side. Otherwise it's a fairly nice little car and fairly heavy. Someone's done a nice job here with an aggregate load. Now I do have some unbuilt up kits for some of these that I'll show you as I go here. So here is what the ore kit would have looked like fresh out of the box. So you can see there's the metal underframe as delivered from the factory. And the end of the box here, 26-foot ore car, kit number 1418, Ontario Northland. Yeah, fairly nice car. Now, the Ontario Northland did not actually have any small ore hoppers like this. They did have a lot of cylindrical hoppers, especially some later model ones. So unfortunately, these cars are not in any way prototypical, but still they're quite a nice car. And now taking a look next at these 3-bay hoppers. Now, looking at the blue car to the left here first, Ontario Northland did appear to do multiple runs of these cars, and you do see some differences between them. So this is a fairly standard Roundhouse kit. You've got that center beam metal underframe there. The car is still fairly light, so it's not a great runner, but not terrible mold quality. This is again a mold that they seem to have used and reused for quite a long period of time. Now, so you can see what I'm talking about here in regards to variations. We'll take a look at another kit that I have that has not been built up yet. So again, the exact same mold, but you'll notice the difference there between these two cars. One has the yellow chevron, one does not. The car numbers are the same, and we'll talk about car numbers again here shortly, just like we did for the box cars, as there appears to be some interesting considerations going on in industry. It also looks like there's another variation of this car here where it's pretty much the same, just the printing is in a much lighter shade of yellow, and I assume that's from an earlier production run. I do not have one of those to show you. But back to what I was talking about for road numbers. Now, just like the box cars, we seem to have an interesting overlap of road numbers by earlier manufacturers, or subsequent manufacturer, I should say. Here is a car as produced by Lifelike. If you take a look at it, the actual size of the chevron and the print is different from the Roundhouse car. So it seems interesting to me that it does appear to be a different print mold, but is using the same road number. You can't help but think that these guys, if producing a similar car, they'd at least do a different road number, but that does not seem to be the case here. And taking a look at a later Ontario Northland 3-bay hopper. Now, Ontario Northland did resell some of its hoppers to the Algoma Central, so the sublettering here for Algoma Central is somewhat prototypical. And this was a later Roundhouse offering that they did provide in 3 different road numbers. So I've got 8629, as you can be seen in front of you. I've got 8621 here, unbuilt up in the box. And I believe the other car number was 8626, and I don't have one of those in my collection yet. I've been keeping my eyes peeled. But you can see here this is a later version of Roundhouse packaging. So they did change up their boxing at least once. Now, onto the caboose. So the Ontario Northland did have a number of older style rear cupola cabooses. Now, there's a lot of detail differences between the actual cabooses and the models that you see in front of you. But at least it is a rear cupola caboose, so for most hobbyists that was close enough. Now they appear to have done about 3 different production runs of this. They've done one where the body color is almost an orange color and it's got white car numbering, as can be seen on this example. And then this one here, again, same boxcar and mold, but this time the car numbering is in blue. And I do have an unbuilt up another version of that one that I can show you. So Ontario Northland car 107 with the numbering in the blue. And the packaging, that was Roundhouse kit 3492. Now I have seen for sale online, but have yet been lucky enough to find a copy. Is another caboose number 109. I don't recall right now if that one was available in the white lettering or the blue lettering, but I'll keep my eyes peeled for that so I can add it to my collection. Now moving on, the final car that I have to show you is one that I found particularly hard to find. The example I have here, I think I found it in my local hobby shop, just as you see in front of you, so missing trucks and coupler. But a fairly nice gondola model, very obviously a Roundhouse, so I'll have to get busy one of these days with getting the parts and such that I need to make it complete. What I do want to talk about here again is the same thing that I mentioned before, where there again is some very interesting practices on part of manufacturers. So here is a lifelike 40-foot gondola, as we looked at in a previous video. Now note they've got the exact same road number once again, 50671. But at the same time, the characteristics of the printing mold is very obviously different. So again, I just don't understand why someone would go through the effort of a new printing mold but not change the car number from what other manufacturers have brought to market. But what do I know? That is it in regards to Roundhouse production. The only thing I forgot to mention here is specific to the 40-foot gondola. Ontario Northland, to my knowledge, did not have any of these. They had the longer gondolas, and you'll see some models of those in subsequent videos. If anyone has any comments for me, or if there's anything which you find to be inaccurate, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks again.